Hello everyone, I am David. I'm a PhD student in computational linguistics, and in this video I'm going to talk about Python unpacking and some advanced examples. I have already recorded one video about Python unpacking. It's about some basics, so if you haven't seen that and you are interested in this topic, feel free to watch it. And now there will be more advanced. So I'll start with one thing which is a trick in Python, and then that is when we want to swap two variables. So we have a variable left, which is where is A assigned, right where is B assigned, and we want to assign B to left and A to right. So in Python we can do it with one line. The reason for that is that here the right and left, here we create a tuple with these two variables, then we assign this tuple to this tuple where we directly unpack these two variables. So the right is assigned to left and left is assigned to right. So now when I run the cell, we can see that the variables are swapped. Another important thing to think about in Python when it comes to unpacking is that we need to be careful to match the structure of the right hand side and left hand side of the assignment. So here we can see that I have a point where I have assigned a tuple which consists of a number 10 and then a pair 20 and 30. And now when I want to unpack this point, I need to have the same structure. So here the x, which corresponds to this 10, and then this pair which corresponds to this y and z. So now when I run this cell, it works because the structure matches. The same holds for unpacking lists. So here I have a list called triples, which consists of two triples, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. And now when I want to unpack this, well, I need to follow the same structure. So now when I run this, well, the output is as expected. Unpacking is also useful in loops in Python. So here I have a list of pairs. So I have a pair A and 1, B and 2, and C and 3. And when I want to loop through these pairs, I can directly use unpacking here because, well, when I have a loop, this is the iterable here, and this iterable directly returns these pairs, and I can directly unpack these pairs to letter and number. So now when I run this, well, we can see that the first letter, the first item from the pair is assigned to the letter variable, the second item is assigned to the number. So now we have this printed, as we can see. This is also interesting when we use the function enumerate in Python. So what the function does, actually we have an iterable here, which is the first argument, and then we have argument which specifies where we want to start with indexing, and the function returns pairs with the index and the value. So now when I run it, we can see that the first pair is 1 and A, which corresponds to A and character variable here. So to the I variable, the index is assigned, and to the character variable, the character is assigned, and this goes over the whole loop here. The unpacking works with dictionaries as well, but be careful with that, because when you have a dictionary and you iterate over the dictionary, or when you unpack the dictionary to values, this doesn't return pairs as someone might expect, but it returns only the keys. So when I run this, only the keys are returned, so the A, B and C. When we want to return the pairs, we need to call the function items on the dictionary. And so for example here, when I have a loop, this function returns pairs, and when I print that, we can see that in the key variable is the key and value variable is the value, so the second item of the tuple. Interesting thing with unpacking is when you use asterisk notation. So I have one video about asterisk notation and this unpacking and packing in functions. And now there is something which is used for assignment as well. So we have a list here which consists of 5 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And when we want to save the first number to the first variable and the rest to the rest variable, we can do it using this asterisk notation here. So when I run this is as expected, so the first variable contains 1 and the rest is the list of the remaining numbers. The same thing we can do with start and last. So when we want to store only the last character of this string, it's here, and the rest is stored in start because the asterisk is here. And the same thing we can do with the middle. So sorry, I forgot to run this. So here we can see the output, and here we can also see that this middle is here, and the last variable is here, and the first one is here. We can do an interesting thing with list concatenation or tuple concatenation. So we have two lists here. The first one is the first one contains 1, 2, and 3. The second one contains 10 and 20. And when we want to create a combined list, so a list which is a concatenation of these two, we can do, of course, use some other functions in Python like extend or the plus sign, but it can be done also using this asterisk notation. So we use it this way. So we put the asterisk before the first list, the same thing for the second list, and now when I run this, we have a list which is a concatenation of these two. The same thing works with tuples as well, which is shown here. And the same thing holds with any iterable actually. So here we have a range and a string. So now when I run this, we have a combined list of these two iterables. When we want to merge dictionaries, we use two asterisks as is done with function when it's done with unpacking in functions. So now we have the first list which is default here, the second one is overrides here. Why? Because we have one key value pair or like one common key here, which is port, but the value is different. How it works in Python when we use this concatenation notation with two asterisks, we expect that the second dictionary overrides the first one. So now when I run this, instead of port here 8000, we can see this 8080 because this is in the second dictionary. So another interesting thing in Python is the combination of the zip function and unpacking. So let's say that we have two lists. The first one is names, and the second one contains some scores. And what we want to do, we want to create pairs of the first name and the first score, second name and the second score. This is what this function zip does. So when we call this on these two lists, it returns a list of pairs. And since we are calling this in the for loop and directly using unpacking here, we get the first item from the first pair here, the second item from the first pair here. So now when I run this, we can see that they are paired like this. The opposite operation to to zip is unzip. This is this is something which is not in Python as a function, but you can use the trick with asterisk here. So let's say that we have a list of pairs which we created here, and what we want to have is that we want to separate the names from the scores. So what we can do, we can use asterisk and pairs, which basically does the thing that it puts this iterable as arguments to the zip, and as we know, the zip takes the first item from every argument and takes it and puts it together. So now when I run that, this is what we expect. If you want to know more about how this packing and unpacking in function works, watch my another video which I recorded for this on this topic. And of course we might want to have lists instead of tuples, so we can simply call the list function on that. And if we want to do this at once, I mean the zipping, the unzipping, and also converting the outputs to lists, we can do it like this. So we have the zip, which performs the unzipping using this notation, and then we map the list to the output tuples, and now when I run this we have two lists. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, consider subscribing, and see you in the next video. Bye.